TV.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Foosball in the background.
don't want foosball. No foosball.
Foosball's for the devil. Hey, it's Sue.
And Megan, the Spine Breakers. And today we are going to do the Boujee Booktuber Tag.
And this tag was created by Olive from a book Olive, and she also tagged us in it.
Yeah,
so
thanks, Olive.
And we're going to be drinking this beer that I got in Texas called Honey Hole, which makes me a little uncomfortable. But it's from SpindleTap Brewery, which is in
Houston.
Houston means that I'm one day closer to you. Oh, there's a hair on top of mine.
Oh, balls. If it's not green, don't drink it.
I think it was a pet hair.
Yeah, that is believable.
We're pouring it into glasses because I think another beer exploded on these cans because they're
A little funky.
sticky. Oops, sorry.
What do you have?
There it is. I don't know, it just says it's a smooth brew.
Ah, the honey hole. So, here we
Let's
go.
try it. I actually had one last night.
Shh.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty
I like
good.
it.
I like that. It's nice and like easy drinking.
Yeah, smooth and easy drinking.
It's very refreshing.
A little sweet, but not too much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into this tag. The first question is, what is your average monthly budget for books?
I don't really have one. And I try not to buy books every month. I do get the book of the month box. And so that's like, what, $12?
I think like 14.
$14. So I know I at least spend that every month on books. Beyond that though, like I've been trying not to buy as much. So
Yeah, same for me. I don't have a budget, but I don't buy very many books these days. I do also get book of the month, but I get it for my mom. So I also pay that, but yeah, it really just depends on if I feel like buying books or not. And I haven't been buying as many because I went a little crazy when we first started our channel, and now I have way too many books.
Yeah, same. Total same. So next question is, what's the most you've ever spent in a bookstore?
I think that like at Barnes and Noble, I've probably spent somewhere around like $75. Maybe, I don't know. That's like a lot for me probably at Barnes and Noble. But
Yeah.
at used bookstores, you'd have to buy a lot of books to spend that much.
You do, yeah. I've spent like over $100 at Barnes & Noble, but to be fair, like my boyfriend had gotten me a gift card for Christmas, and then I had another gift card from my boss, I think. But yeah, I pretty much mathed it out to use both of them. So
Yeah.
it was a little over $100.
But you didn't pay that much.
No, the most like I've ever spent in a bookstore is probably like in the 40s.
Number 3, are you willing to pay full price for a brand new release, or will you wait until you have a coupon or there's a sale?
It depends on the new release. Like I definitely bought the Kindle version of the Testaments. And so that's a new release, but like typically I'll wait until the paperback version is released, or I'll like get it from the library if I really want to read it, or like I am bad about buying it on Kindle if I really want to read it, and then if I like it, I'll buy an actual hard copy, so like I end up buying it twice, which is stupid. But I don't mind waiting.
Yeah, I'm the same. I will usually wait. I don't pay that much attention to new releases in general anyway. And also I prefer paperbacks to hardcovers, so I would rather wait for the paperback. But if there was something that I was like super excited about and wanted to get my hands on immediately, then I would buy it.
Right, I would,
you know.
Yeah, just buy it. It depends on what it is.
Yeah.
So would you rather buy one new book or several less expensive used copies?
Definitely several less expensive used copies. I just enjoy used books more. I feel like they have more character.
Yeah, like I think
You
so.
know?
Like and they have like history. Someone's read them, and someone loved or hated that book, or you know, thought about that book or whatever. And
there's, you know, fun mystery stains that you get to
oh
figure
god,
out what they are.
Hopefully they're coffee. Sometimes people write in them,
notes,
which is fun. My copy of
Octavia looks absolutely like she's going to murder us right now.
Yeah, that's just her face. Like she looks like a twat 100% of the time.
Resting bitch face.
She has like,
I feel you.
She's got worse than that though.
She's got resting murder face.
She has resting murder face. She's an asshole.
What do you think is a reasonable price for a new hardback book, a paperback book, and an ebook?
I don't know. I mean, like it really depends. Again, it depends on the book as far as like how much am I willing to spend. But like I really don't like to spend more than like $13 on a book, regardless. Like if it's hardcover, paperback, or Kindle. But having said that, most of the time I buy used books. So most of the time they're cheaper than that anyway.
Yeah. And I actually, when I was watching Olive's video, I already had an idea in my head of what I would answer for this, and it turned out to be pretty much exactly what she said. Yeah, I'm probably going to get it wrong now because it was a while ago that I watched it, but I think for like a hardback, I would pay $20 to $25. But I probably wouldn't buy a hardback. A paperback for a new one, maybe like 10 to 15, and then for an ebook, like 5 to 10.
Yeah. Is a signed book worth more to you? How about a first edition?
Yeah, if it's an author I really love, and a book I really love, then yes. Definitely. Like
Same.
I paid a fair amount of money for a signed copy of Kindred by Octavia Butler.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, I agree. Same answer for that one.
Yeah. What is your most valuable book, sentimental or actual value?
As far as like actual monetary value, I've got 2 books that were pretty pricey. I have a copy of Survivor by Octavia Butler that I spent like $50 on, I think, something like that, $50 or $70. It was expensive.
Yeah.
And then I have a copy of The Handmaid's Tale that was like $100 and some dollars. That was a gift. I didn't buy that, but and as far as like sentimental value, really just like my favorite books. Like I can't nail it down to just one, but like I have a shelf on my bookshelf where I keep all of my favorites, and so like that shelf is my most valuable. So it's like, well, there's 2 because there's one on each bookshelf because I have too many to fit on one shelf, but it's basically like all my Octavia Butler, all my Margaret Atwood, Alice Walker, beep boop, what else is up there? Becky Chambers, her stuff is up there. So like anything that's on that shelf is very valuable to me.
And for me, actual value is probably my copy of Kindred, my signed copy of Kindred by Octavia Butler. It is like, I don't know if it's a first edition. It's a paperback. So I don't know if it's a first paperback edition or not. It is a very old edition though. And I think I paid like around $120 for it.
Well, it's expensive.
Oops.
Shit's expensive.
And then sentimental, probably my copy of The Owl and the Pussycat by Edward Lear that I've had since I was a child. I don't even think it was mine originally. I think it was one of my sister's. And it just passed down to me, and I loved that book as a child and like had it memorized, and I still have my beaten up copy that's like the back cover's missing and it's falling apart, and yeah.
That's awesome though. I think that's really cool. So will you pay more for a cover or edition that you like better?
Yeah, sometimes. Again, if it's like a book I really like or I'm excited about, or if it's just a cover that I really love. Like it depends on how cool the better cover is and what the book is probably.
Yeah.
And how much more expensive it is than the other one, you know.
Right. Because like really for me the only time I would do that is if it's a book I've already read and I'm like just buying it to own it, or like I want to quote, because I did that with Parable of the Sower and Parable of the Talents. I already have like copies of those in a bind up by Octavia Butler, but then I found like standalone copies of each of them that had really cool covers, so I bought them again, and those were a little bit more than like the bind up was. So I'm more likely to do that with a book that I've read already and really enjoyed and just want to have a cool copy of it.
Yeah.
So
What physical characteristics does a good quality book have?
A good binding. Like, I don't want pages falling out and stuff eventually, because, like, you know.
Yeah.
Nice floppy book.
Yeah.
I don't want it real stiff.
Same for me. I like a nice floppy paperback. If it's too stiff, and then, like, you have to break the spine too much, then that can, like, you know, kind of break apart.
It'll fuck up the binding. Because, like, if the glue in there is not nice, like, good glue, it'll fall apart.
And I don't know. I'm not, like, a big fan of deckled edges. They look nice, but they're annoying when you're reading. But it's not, like, that big of a deal to me.
I don't like deckled edges. Yeah, I don't.
Other than that, I don't know.
I don't like them real tiny.
Yeah.
You know, like, size is important. I don't like them too big. You know.
Yeah.
Didn't mean that to sound that way, but it kind of did. If you won the lottery, what bookish things would you do with the money?
We've talked about, like, opening a bookstore/bar.
Yeah.
Which they actually had one in, where was it? Was that in Kansas City? I feel like we walked past one when we were at one of the concerts we went to up there. And we were, like, walking somewhere to get food. And I think we walked past.
I think you're right.
A bookstore that sold booze.
Books. Yeah, books and beer. But yeah, I think that'd be cool.
So maybe that. Also, maybe just, like, build my own amazing library in my home.
Same answer, for sure.
For a bonus, give us an image, either actual or mental, of your dream home library.
I don't want anything crazy. Like, I know a lot of people, I've seen pictures of these, like, crazy, like, huge, I don't want anything like
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, like the Beauty and the Beast thing. I don't want anything like that. I want something, like, just cozy, you know. I'd like a lot of built-in shelving. I don't want to have to use a ladder to get my books down. Like, I don't want anything, I don't want any kind of fuckery like that. And I just want, like, a couple of comfy places to curl up with it.
Yeah.
If it's got, I'd like it to have a nice window.
Yeah, I told you this before, I think, but for some reason in my head, when I think of, like, my ideal library, I picture, like, the study from Clue.
Which is awesome.
From the Clue board.
I love that.
Not the library,
The
strangely,
study.
but the study where there's, like, a big comfy armchair.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's very, like, distinguished looking, I would say. But I'd also like a window seat, but I feel like I'd want a window seat, like, somewhere else in my home where I could, like, read during the day, and then in the evenings retire to my study.
Retire to the study? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the Boujee Booktuber. What was it, Booktuber or Booktube? I already forgot. We're tired, man.
We're tired.
We went to Pride today, and we were there
all day.
Longer than we intended.
Yeah, we spent all day outside with young people.
with the youths.
So we're tired, but, like, it was a good Pride day.
Shall we tag some people?
Let us do that.
Let's tag Amber Unabridged.
Yes, and let's tag Sam from Sarcasm and Sci-Fi.
Let's tag All the World's a Page.
Yes.
Let's tag Book Invasion. And I'm not sure who she's already tagged or not. So obviously, if you've already done it or have already been tagged, then disregard. God, I'm so tired.
I know, me too. I'm just staring at this, like...
How about let's tag ThePerksOfBooks.
Let us do that. If we have tagged you, please talk to us about your bougie book habits, or maybe not so bougie.
Yeah.
In our case, I don't think we're quite...
We're not that bougie.
Not very
we
bougie.
do own some expensive books.
We do own some expensive
Just
books.
a couple.
Yeah, just a couple.
My most expensive are definitely 2 Octavia Butler books, because I also have a copy of Survivor.
You do?
That I think I paid like $70-some for mine. And then I have, like, my Colin McKay books that I think only one of them was kind of expensive. I paid like $38 for it or something like that.
Yeah.
Which isn't that bad, but I mean, for a used book, that's a lot.
That's a little pricey, but given...
It's like out of print and everything.
Yeah,
so.
given all that.
Yeah. And given that they had jacked up they were trying to sell it for, like, way more than that for a little while, and then they were like, nobody's gonna buy it, I guess, so.
Maybe not.
Anyway, this is pretty good though. I like this beer. It's
like
very
this honey
like, it's honey hole's pretty good. It's pretty light, you know, easy drinking, but
It is.
it's tasty.
It's quite tasty.
Honey hole.
Honey hole. That's it for us today. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.